how many of you here have taken a New Year resolution? Even I did last year. I decided to become a 9-pointer, eat healthy, go to the gym every day. Well, so we come to a point that New Year, we try to change ourselves and reset things. We want to forget the past about like our ex leaving us, our insecurities, or how many times we cried in a year. But the question is, do resolutions really work? I was in 11th grade when I had to change schools due to my subject. At that point of time, I had sufficient friends from my old school and even had a best friend. I was in the same class with her for consecutive 5 years. I used to call her every day and we even used to change answer sheets during exam. So in short, she became part of my routine. So when I went to the new school, I had two options. First, to not make new friends because I already had enough and isolate myself in the new school. Second, to restart, make new friends, put myself up. I chose option. But slowly and gradually, as we JE aspirants try to isolate ourselves, I lost contact with all of my old school friends. And I didn't realize it that instant, but I became lonely. I had no more. And I decided to change that on 31st December 2023. I promised myself to put myself out there, make new friends, and forget about my old friends. I tried my best to fulfill that promise, but I couldn't. That lingering thought of my old friends kept running through my mind again and again and again. And even though I have realized now that I always need to put myself out there, make new friends, meet new people, it made me realize that we use New Year's just to make our slates clean. But why do we wait for New Year? Because if we want to change ourselves, we need to make an effort, even if it is in the middle of the year or the year ending. How many of you are here tired of connecting to VIT Wi-Fi every day? Well, it feels good when you go home and connect to your own Wi-Fi, right? That's the same way our life works. When we meet someone old from our past, they revive our old version. They tell us who we are, who we were, and we realize that how much we have changed with or without realizing. And that is in our hands. We can be who we want. Maybe the palette of people we love, phrases of people we hang out with, or maybe you just be you. But the real thing is, we can never restart. Because restart means forgetting the past, not knowing what happened. But are you really who you are if there was no past? If you count the number of successes, you need to count the number of failures also. Because without failures, there is no success. Without failures, you wouldn't be here where you are right now. So, instead of restart, you need to reset. You need to change your mindset. You need to put yourself out there. We often put ourselves in a position where we overthink, overgive, we become over-compassionate. And we become comfortable with that. We try to be in that situation itself instead of changing. That might seem like a good idea. But one thing about life is it is unfair. Unless and until you come out of that situation, it will keep pushing you into past and in bad situations. and you will start suffocating. You will not realize what bad is happening, and you will need to bring change in yourself. So whether you are happy, sad, excited, patient, impatient, you were you. And instead of buying a new book, try to flip that page. Try to reset instead of restart. So, for this year resolution, I did not promise myself to become new year, new me. I promised to become new year better. Thank you.